So today I'm going to be showing you my build out for my 2021 Toyota Rav4. For a while, I've been wanting to do something similar to this. I thought about getting maybe a Sprinter van or Toyota Tacoma. I've had my Rav4 for a little over a year. So I decided to kind of transform the back of that into like a travel camper, something similar to that. So I saw a bunch of videos on YouTube, got some ideas. So I'm gonna explain to you my processes of doing it the way that I did versus kind of how others did. So right now, I'm gonna use my Coleman lamp also to kind of show you. So I'm gonna use my little Coleman lamp here to kind of show you. But so I built this into two pieces. So it separates right here. And then obviously this is the front half. I built it in two pieces just because the way the back of the Rav4 is built was kind of difficult to build it into one piece. So I built two. So this is the back. So the first, I wanted to keep clearance under, so I had enough space to store stuff underneath. So this is like right above 11 inches. I think it's like 11.25, which I think is more than enough. I built the legs on the outside so that this whole back piece stays open. This is about 3.5 feet long. So basically I can store whatever I want under here. I thought about building boxes, thought that was kind of useless just because I can buy cubes that can fit underneath here. So I thought that was a little bit more convenient and I could store it that way however I wanted. So the way I saw a lot of other people do it is, so I built a frame. So obviously you can see out my legs, I got the frame and then I did a middle piece for support. Some people, what they did was take plywood and then do directly into the feet. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a little bit more support and try it this way first. So I did all of this through just spare wood I've had through random projects that I've kind of came and worked on. The only thing I actually purchased was the plywood for this. So I built it, like I said, in two pieces. It's easier to take in and out. Obviously this isn't going to stay in here all the time. One thing that I do want to get is rubber flooring for this. Obviously I don't want it to go onto my carpet, and I think the rubber flooring would also help it maybe stay in place a little bit better, but for when I actually store stuff, it's not going to slide around as much on rubber flooring. So yeah, I wanted to keep a little bit of height also too, like I said. So this is a little over 11 inches on it, and it's about 3.5 long for this back piece. And this piece was easy to build, pretty straightforward. I added carpet onto it as well. Obviously you don't want to lay on straight wood. You could have added other stuff. I just did carpet squares. They were adhesive squares. This square actually is the only square that had an adhesive through the whole square, so that was pretty easy. The other ones just had two lines, so it'd be like a line here and a line here, and it was useless. So I put wood glue down. You could buy other adhesive tape and stuff and taped it more. I just did wood glue. I already had it here and I wasn't driving 25 minutes back to Home Depot. So this side was a little bit more difficult to begin with. This side of the Rav4, so a lot of SUV builds, theirs was completely flat from the back to the front. Mine is obviously angled. So I had to kind of measure it out and level it out as I went from here to a little over the back. And so that's why I built it in two pieces also. So that was a little bit more difficult. And also why I didn't want to use just plywood into the feet. That's why I wanted to build a frame as well to kind of help support it and level it out and do it that way. And once again, I wanted to keep height here. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going camping this weekend, so obviously I know there will be some adjustments, but we'll see if I keep the frame this way. But yeah, like I said, this half was a little bit difficult. So the Rav4, they have these to hold the seats up. I don't even know what they're really called, but to hold the seats into place. So that was a pain because I could have lowered it, but then you're lowering it another 2 inches, and that would put you around 9 inches of clearance for height. I didn't want that, so I just took my jigsaw and cut squares into them. So I did it there, and then you can kind of see I did it on this side also. Same thing, I added carpet down just because I didn't want to lay in straight wood. You could put something else, carpet was the easiest for me. So this total from here to the back of that, I think was a little under 5 feet or right at 5 feet. I'm 6'2", so that necessarily wasn't going to work for me. So basically what this is just an extender. So you push your seats all the way forward. Obviously I just got door hinges. You could get other kind of hinges if you wanted. I already had these from my wedding, so I just use these. So basically what this does is when I'm not driving, I'll flip it back over and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second, but it will rest on this. But when I'm camped, I'll basically push the seats all the way forward and then it will sit here. What I might do again is get either a different type of rubber or carpet, because this Husky mat is kind of slick. And so what I don't want it to do is kind of slide out. So I'm going to try to get something to kind of hold that in place better. But yeah, basically you just built 2 little legs to hold it upright. I put scrap wood around it, so it kind of notched it into place to hold it up. I think this one was about 30 inches and then that one was 31. With this is a single seat, so you can already tell it's compressed down a little bit more. And then obviously when you lay on it, it's going to compress down more. Or vice versa. I think this one was 31 or 32 and that one was 30. But yeah, so I kind of do it that way. But yeah, it's pretty simple. You basically just put the legs there that you can store them underneath this wherever you want. Let me take it out, and then this is what it's going to look like when we're traveling. It will just look something like that, and then you can put the legs kind of wherever you want. So like I said, I am going camping this weekend. We actually have 3 trips confirmed booked for the next month and a half. So obviously, depending on this weekend, there's going to be some adjustments. The biggest thing that I would take away is the frame. We'll see how well it goes, because if I took the frame away, then I would just be doing what other people did and have plywood straight into the feet. And so we'll see. But let me flip this back around. But yeah, I mean, that's it for this part. I'm gonna review or show you some other stuff that I got for this upcoming trip. But yeah, I mean, let me know what else you think would be easier to do or other tips. Like I said, I tried to look at YouTube videos and they were hard because there was only a handful for Rav4s, and they either took their seats out or did something similar to this. Obviously I'm not taking my seats out because I still use it as a daily car, and this isn't going to stay in here. But yeah, let me know on this aspect, and then I'm going to show you some other stuff I got. So probably only for this trip, I got a Twin XL. I would have got a full, but they didn't have any in stock. I got a Twin XL foam mat. I think it was like 20 bucks just for this trip. So we weren't laying on just the carpet. You could have put blankets down, but I thought this was a little bit more convenient. At REI, I know they actually make expandable, not expandable, but like beds that sit on this that you can inflate. So I'll probably end up getting something like that after this trip. Our next one isn't until the end of this month, so I kind of wanted a gap to see what changes I wanted and what else I wanted to add on. But I think this will do. I think this is a 1.5 inches or 2 inches, I think I did for this. So this will just sit on top. We'll put another blanket down on top of this and then go from there. But yeah, obviously I wanted to sleep on something for this weekend just to see how that went. So that's why I got this. So the second thing I got, obviously you want to cover your windows when you're sleeping. I mean, personal preference, you don't have to, but I definitely wanted them covered so people couldn't see it. And even when we're out camping, we're staying at a few primitive sites, so your car's the only one within basically a half mile, and you don't want someone to break into it or look into it if something does happen. I mean, I guess they wouldn't deter them, but it's just something small. So obviously you want window covers. WeatherTech sells covers, but they were, I believe, either 200 or 250. I looked like a couple of weeks ago, so I could be wrong. And I did not want to spend that on window covers. I thought it'd be better to invest it in stuff I actually wanted for that and buy more stuff that way. So I decided to make my own. So I went to Lowe's and bought a 10-foot roll, I believe it was, it's called Reflectix, and basically same thing, same concept, is to cover your windows. So I bought this, I measured out my windows, I cut it to however I wanted, and then I put black tape on it to kind of mirror it. Black tape at night, you can't see anything. You could do any tape color you want. I just went with black just for the heck of it. But yeah, you basically just measure your window and cut it out and do strips. This was $15, maybe 10, 15, I don't remember. And then tape, I don't know, was like $15, $10 for 20 yards, something like that. So obviously a lot cheaper if you're not wanting to get true window covers, which right now I don't care. I'll just do it this way. I like doing it myself. So that's why I went that route for this. So another big thing that I definitely wanted was a Jackery. This is the Explorer 300. They have a bunch of different models. I think they have, it's either 8 or 10 total models. I got this one just based on my needs. It's basically all I would ever need at this time. So you got 2 ports, you got a USB-C. This is to charge it. And then you have 2 just regular kind of outlets, and then a car one. So basically it's at 100% right now. But yeah, this is something that I definitely wanted. This will basically charge my accessories. So my phones, iPad, GoPro, I want to get a drone. It could charge, so it would charge all that stuff. This one, I believe, can power a grill. There's a few other things it could charge. You just go to their website and it kind of breaks out everything that it can charge. So I thought this one was the perfect kind of model. I think this is even a little much for what I'm doing right now, but I mean, it's, to me, I just wanted to buy up versus buying down and then in another 2 years being like, oh shoot, I wish I would have got the 300. But that's why I got the 300. You can buy a solar panel for it as well to charge it. I think that's 4 or 5 hours with the solar panel in the wall. I think it takes roughly 3, and then you can charge it actually with your car if need be. So that's probably another 4-ish if you do it that way. But yeah, I mean, this is plenty enough for me, and this is something I've been wanting for a while now, and kind of looking at. So I'm glad I got that for this upcoming trip. So for lighting, I already have a headlamp. I think the headlamp I currently have is 400 lumens, or right around 300, something like that. But I wanted a little lantern as well. And I was at REI this weekend and saw this one. So this one's Coleman. This one varies through different lumens, and the top one is 400. So you can kind of click through the different ones, and then there's a strobe. My wife actually wanted a little lantern, so that's why I got this one. This is a perfect size to where you can kind of hang it up wherever you want and still get enough light to go through. I'll probably end up buying, I know for my car, you can put LEDs, stick-on LEDs on the back, which I might do depending on, or I might just get another one of these, kind of depending on how this week goes, weekend or a few camping trips coming up goes. So I got that basically just for out time. So I wanted lights to go around the inside of my car for when we were camping. If we're laying there at night and whatever we're doing, watching a movie or something, I wanted lights to go inside the car to kind of have some light that way. So I wanted colored ones. The one at REI, they were sold out of. So I ended up getting this one. This is solar powered. It's Lucy solar string lights. I think if you can see that, let's see. Lucy solar string lights, and then empowered. So this one's actually kind of nice. So I'll kind of show you how it works here in a sec. So what you do with this one is it just twists, and all the lights are inside of here. So then what you do is you'll hit the power button, turns that on, but then you click it again and it will cycle through the different light colors. So I think there's like 4 or 5 different colors. But yeah, basically what you do is, let me find the entrance or beginning to this. So it starts here, and then they have these little clips to where you can clip it onto stuff, and you then just take it out. And of course, So then you just start to take it out and unravel it. I'm not gonna unravel all this. I believe it's 20 feet if I'm not mistaken, but yeah. So basically it's gonna go around the whole interior of my car, pick whatever light you want, and you're good to go. But yeah, you can charge it throughout the day. You can just put it out. Obviously, since it's solar, you just put it out and it will charge it so that you're good to go by nighttime. So that's, I thought, was pretty neat little shindig for it. Let me take this back out and then I'll show you one other thing on it. Yeah, so close it, you just shut it and then force and twist it, and then this button basically shows you how much power you have left on it. So yeah, and I'll review all this stuff too through this weekend to see how well I like it, and just kind of test it and through. But those were the two lights that I got, and then obviously I've had my headlamp. So next up is the Coleman grill. I believe this one's the Coleman Cascade. So I talked about bringing my Blackstone. Obviously your Blackstone is a lot bigger than this, so this is a lot more easier and compact. So I decided to try this one. It runs the same propane as my Blackstone, so I figured why not. So yeah, this is basically just a 2-burner one. I thought 3 would be a little bit of an overkill for me. I probably won't ever need 3, or at this time I definitely wouldn't. And this would also fit both my cast iron skillets on it, so it's pretty convenient. But basically what you do, just take this piece, you plug it into the side down here, put your propane in, good to go. These little knobs adjust it, and then this is to start it. I have not used it yet. I'm probably not gonna, I'll probably test it on Friday to make sure everything's working, because in my Blackstone, I noticed to ignite it, it doesn't work anymore. There's no like little click to light it, so I have to light it with a lighter every single time, which is pretty annoying doing it that way when it's not working. So yeah, so I'll probably test it either Thursday or Friday just to make sure everything's working. I'll probably bring a lighter in case, although I would hope I don't need it. Another reason why I got this one is because there's side flaps on it, so you can put it down. It kind of helps protect from wind and all that. Like I said, I'll review it as I'm using it. This weekend I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what I bought and kind of why I bought it. At most campsites they have little grills, but I'm not going to use that. I'd rather just use this and use propane. And then last thing I got was this. I think this is 2.5 gallons. The only reason I got this is Domri said she wanted to be able to wash her face at night. Personally, I don't care. I mean, you're in the wilderness, you're out there to do it, so I don't personally care. But I got this to solely put water in, and I got her a little rag, or I don't know, little towel thing for her to use to wash her face and stuff. So that's the only reason I got this, and I guess you can use it for other reasons. But I also bought wipes so you can wipe yourself down at the end of the day, mainly for her again. But yeah, I mean, it's what it is. But like I said, that's kind of the overview so far of what I did. When we get out there this weekend, I'll probably do a little bit better video. I just kind of wanted to put this one out for everyone to see. Like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of videos for Rav4s, so this one was a little bit more difficult. But yeah, let me know anything else I should kind of do to adjust the build of it, and obviously I'm gonna keep adding things as I go, so I'll keep showing you that as well. But yeah, enjoy.